Drew Barrymore really got headlines this last week when she announced that she'll be resuming her talk show, even though the writer's strike and actor strike that's been going on forbids her show from actually resuming production until everything is resolved. But she more or less made excuses by saying like, oh, well, people who work for me need to work and other things like that, which is completely understandable. And I agree with her entirely on that one. But the fact of the matter is, when a strike is going on, it really doesn't help when you have some people not doing it. I mean, imagine a strike where you only have like part of the workforce actually striking. What's not really going to help when it comes to negotiation. And also the studios are seeing this as the Writers Guild actually starting to buckle and thinking like, okay, well, we can hold out a little bit longer, because apparently they're already starting to break. Meanwhile, the studio is putting on a strong front and saying like, yeah, we got a lot of content, a backlog of content. We're fine. I mean, even if we don't make anything new, we can still keep things going. I mean, they're trying to give them generous offers in order to expedite them coming back. But I mean, at the same time, the studios are not caving on certain issues that the writers really want them to cave on. And it seems like the writers are losing on that fight because of things like this. And that's why you got calls to cancel Drew Barrymore. They're wanting to pick at her show specifically. She's lost hosting gigs as a result of all this. And fearing the cancellation, she tried to make an apology video this last week, and that really didn't go well. I'll read some excerpts from that. So, I know there is just nothing I can do that will make this okay to those that it is not okay with. I fully accept that. I fully understand that there are so many reasons why this is so complex, and I just want everyone to know my intentions have never been in a place to upset or hurt anyone, or hurt, I think it means anyone, not anymore. It's not who I am. I've been through so many ups and downs in my life, and this is one of them, she said through tears. I deeply apologize to writers. I deeply apologize to unions, Barrymore said. There's a huge question of the why. Why am I doing this? She continued, well, I certainly couldn't have expected this kind of attention, and we aren't going to break rules, and we will be in compliance. I wanted to do this because, as I said, this is bigger than me, and there are other people's jobs on the line. Obviously, this didn't go over well because she was basically trying to make excuses for why she's doing this. And yeah, I mean, it's understandable that she's thinking about her other employees that work for the show. I mean, assuming this is just narcissism on her part where she wants to get back on TV, assuming that's not the case, I can understand wanting to look out for the people who work for you. But I mean, this wasn't a good look. I mean, we have seen people break ranks in the Writers Guild as a result of this, or the writers and actors strike. I mean, more famously, when this was kind of early on, Stephen Amell, who was in Arrow, basically made statements similar or statements against the strikes going on. This is what he said. I support my union. I do. And I stand with them. He said after a fan asked him about the strike. Amell added, I do not support striking. I think it is a reductive negotiating tactic, and I find the entire thing incredibly frustrating. So yeah, he's like, I support the union, but I don't think striking is the right way to go. And apparently he got a talking to after that, because then he made statements just a couple days later saying like, you know, yeah, striking's good. Amell affirmed that his support for the actors union is unconditional. You have to pledge allegiance to the union, and this is totally not a cult or anything. But Amell added, of course, I don't like striking. Nobody does, but we have to do what we have to do. So he goes to say, from one day saying like, yeah, I think it's a bad negotiating tactic and it doesn't work, to I understand why we have to do this and it's necessary. It's like there's clarifying your statements, and then there's just doing a 180. And this is the image that coming from him afterwards. I mean, you can just tell this is a man being held hostage, forced to do this because he got a talking to from his union and fear of cancellation. This is how he kind of bows down to the unions in this one. And this is the newest thing from Drew Barrymore. So apparently she did announce like, yeah, we are halting the production on our show now. This was a statement that she made on her Instagram. I've listened to everyone, and I'm making the decision to pause the show's premiere until the strike is over. I have no words to express my deepest apologies to anyone I have hurt, and of course to our incredible team who works on the show and who's made it what it is today. We really tried to find a way forward, and I truly hope for a resolution for the entire industry very soon. So yeah, this is what happens. You bend the knee and then maybe you can come back into the fold. But meanwhile, you got people like Bill Maher, who apparently he just does not care about these unions or these strikes. Because I mean, from as far as I know, I mean, he's still resuming his show. Maybe he'll change course. Maybe they'll start targeting him specifically. But I think from the fact that she started trying to apologize, that in a way, when you make a stand, it's like what the unions are doing with the strike. You make a stand and say, like, I'm going to resume my show. And if they come after you, and doing anything to try to appease them, like apologizing, will just make them come after you even more because they sense that as weakness. That's what she did. She had weakness with the strike, so she tried to come back. She got attacked by the union, so she apologized, which is them sensing weakness in her. So now she came back into the fold. Meanwhile, Bill Maher, he's like, yeah, I'm bringing my show back. They come after him, and he's just like, yeah, I don't care. And that's how it's gonna be. He's gonna have his show, at least. And it's, at least as of this recording, he is still having a show. I'll see if he buckles with this or if he's going to just continue on. But let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Do you think there's a path to redemption for her, or people like her who try to apologize and come back? Or do you think once you're canceled, you're done for good? But leave that in the comment section. And if you like this video, make sure you click the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with the latest news. Thank you.